So this is the Chapter 4, Segment 2 outline, and at the very end of Segment 1, we began the discussion of dominant and recessive alleles, and they're using the very common example of pea plants, which is what Gregor Mendel used in his research and what led us to our understanding of what genes are today. So Segment 2 picks up with talking about a recessive allele, and a recessive allele affects the individual's phenotype only when it is present on both chromosomes. So the easiest way to explain this is by this diagram, which can be seen below, and the lowercase b stands for a recessive allele. So we can see that only when a flower or a flower offspring would receive two lowercase b's would the resulting recessive color be present in the phenotype, which the phenotype is the outward appearance or expression of genes. So in this case, in pea plants, the dominant color is purple and the recessive color is white. So variations in phenotype are observed in crossbreed pea plants because each parent carries both a white allele and a purple allele, and this is demonstrated here. Next, the chapter discusses the regulation of genes. So experience influences our genes by changing where and when and how we use the genes we inherited. So different genes are used at different times in different cells. So every cell carries a full set of genes, but most cells only use a subset of those genes. And then the definition the book provides for gene expression is a process by which a cell directs a gene to make its protein. So an example of certain cells fully carrying a full set of genes but only using a subset is that the proteins a brain cell needs differs from different areas of the body. It's going to differ from a liver cell. It's going to differ from a skin cell. And so brain cells, for example, use a different subset of genes. And the next big topic in gene expression is that gene expression is not an all or none process. So in certain circumstances, a cell may increase expression of some genes, making some of those genes making more of those genes proteins, and then in other circumstances, the cells may decrease expression of those same genes. For example, if environmental changes reduce the need for that particular protein. The next subheading within this section is that sensory experience and learning affect gene expression. So the relationship between genes and behavior is reciprocal. So what we mean by reciprocal is that not only do genes affect brain behavior and function, but behaviors also affect gene expression in the brain. And any change in the activity of neurons, such as the production of action potentials, will affect gene expression. So an example of this is the sensory experience affecting the gene expression in neurons is the cells in your eyes can change its gene expression in response to its encounters with light. So increasing the expression of some genes, making more of their proteins, and decreasing the expression of other genes. And the book further illustrates this different chain of how light enters into the eye and how this can result in different protein formations. And the book is saying that for most people, this may be a new way of thinking of genes. Genes are not a simple, constant influence, that all the cells in your body are constantly changing as particular genes are being expressed. So The fact that gene expression in the brain changes constantly in response to experience explains why nature and nurture influence human behavior. So the difference between how you may act based on the genes you receive, but also the influence and role of how the environment also affects that gene expression. So the last subheading within this second section is genes and experience interact. So epigenetics is the study of factors that affect gene expression. So one example that the book gives of epigenetics is the Mother's Matter study. And this is a study that asks the question, are the average differences in behavior between males of two different inbred strains of mice due to the different genes they carry, or due to environmental factors contribute as well? So they took identically similar black sex embryos of rats and saw whether or not the mother that raised them, so carried them, or the mother that raised them, so cared for them after they were born, affected the rat behavior. And the results turned out that males carried and raised by a mother of the opposite strain showed differences in exploratory behavior and how anxiously they behaved, and also in how quickly they solved a maze. So this being, there's an especially big difference between black sex males that were carried and raised by an albino mother. And so the conclusion from this is that some of the behavioral differences between the black sex and albino strains are not genetic and arise from the strain of mother that nurtured the males before and after birth. So this is just another way of demonstrating that you are not all your genes, and also the environment you were raised in has also a big influence on behavior. And so this study is an example of a gene-environment interaction, and this is the effect of the environment on gene expression. The last topic that this segment goes into, that's mainly in the next segment, is single gene effects on behavior. So there are genes that severely disrupt brain function. Genes that severely disrupt brain function have a strong and direct and disastrous effect on behavior. So there are diseases that are caused by single genes or single alleles, aka why this section is called Single Gene Effects on Behavior. And the first behavior the book describes is Huntington's disease. And this is a progressive genetic disorder characterized by abrupt, involuntary movements and profound changes in mental functioning. So, scientists do not yet understand why, but certain neurons in the brain, in a part of the basal ganglia called the striatum, are poisoned by the Huntington protein they make and die. And the harmful allele in this disease is the Huntington, and it is dominant. And so it wreaks havoc no matter what allele the person carries for the gene on the other chromosome.